Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Techno Electric and Engineering Company Limited Q4 and FY24 earnings conference call hosted by Asian Market Securities Limited. This conference call may contain forward-looking statements about the company which are based on beliefs, opinions and expectations of the company as on date of this call. These statements are not the guarantees of future performance and involve risks and uncertainties that are difficult to predict. Actual results may differ from such expectations, projections, etc., whether expressed or implied. Participants are requested to exercise caution while referring to such statements and remarks. As a reminder, all participants' lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. And I'll hand the conference over to Mr. Suraj Sonulkar from Asian Market Securities Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Neha. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Asian Market Security, we welcome you all to Q4 FY24 earnings conference call of Techno Electric and Engineering Company Limited. We have with us today Mr. P.P. Gupta ji, Chairman and Managing Director, and Mr. Ankit Saraiya, Director, representing the company. I request Sri Gupta ji to take us through the overview of quarterly result, and then we shall begin with the Q&A session. Over to you, Gupta ji, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Suraj. Very good afternoon to all of you, and I welcome everyone to discuss our financial results for the quarter ended 31st March 2024 and for the full year 23-24. Anything said on this call which reflects our outlook for the future or that could be construed as a forward-looking statement must be reviewed in conjunction with the risks that the industry and in turn company faces. Let me highlight our performance, and I am very happy to share with all of you that so far this is the best performance of the company in recent past, I will say. But this is only a beginning of the journey. I had mentioned a year back that morning has happened, so you can take it as a first bright shine of the sun, where sun is yet to go beyond 8 a.m. In the day horizon. Let me quickly highlight our performance for the Q4 financial year 24. The company has created as you all know, they has set up a SPV for a 40 megawatt data center at Chennai. The asset is still in implementation stage and is not revenue accretive, but is definitely value accretive. In the consolidated results, we knock off the value of the work done for this SPV as per the accounting standards requirement, and that is the major difference in the standalone and consolidated results. As and when this asset becomes revenue accretive, it will start showing, it will become part of the mainstream results. As you can observe from the details furnished on the exchanges, the total revenue of the company in a standalone is at 482.67 crore for this quarter and is up by 7.5% year on year and almost about 30% higher than quarter on quarter. The EBITDA for this company is at 58.84 CR and is up by 52% year on year. The other income is at 31 CR approximately, and it is higher by about 40% on last year. The profit before tax is at 83.5 CR, higher by about 58%. The PAT of the company in this quarter is at 69 CR, up by about 91%. The EPS in this quarter is at 6.45, which is almost double of last year. In the full year, I will say our revenue is at 1680 CR, which is about 75% higher on year-on-year basis. And EBITDA for the company is at 226.9 CR, which is almost about double of last year. The EBITDA margin is at 13% compared to 12.5% last year. Other income for this year is at 131 crore compared to 74.30 crore last year. The company has made in addition another OCI income of a net of tax at 28 CR during the year. The profit before tax is at about 334 CR, which is almost double of last year, and profit after tax is at 270 CR compared to 128 CR of last year. But if we add OCI income to it, the total profit will be at 298 crores. The EPS without considering OCI income is at 25.3 compared to 11.73 crores last year, which is 11.7 last year, which is almost 115% up. The cash or current investment value as cash and cash equivalent in our books continues to be at 1200 CR, which again means about 110 rupees per. And this treasury income out of this deployment of funds will continue to be a recurring income for the company. For the financial year 24, we have received a order intake of 7,000 crore, a all-time high in our history of the company. The unexecuted order book is at 9,200 crore already, and we are after March we are already placed L1 in business worth about 10,050 CR. We have won during the year 2 TBCB concessions, one at Gogamukh and another at Bokajan, which together means a revenue over the concession period entitlement of 2,800 CR, and the expected value of EPC works out of these two companies will be almost about 675 CR. Similarly, we are also placed L1 in Punjab for feeder metering, which is a high-end meter work. The total meter deployed is only 1.86 lakhs, but the order value is 661 CR, implying thereby that each meter is about 37 to 38,000 rupees. We hope to get more business, but putting conservatively that we should at least can expect 5,000 CR this year too out of the opportunities available in the market. But the pipeline is a lot more. We have announced a dividend of rupees 7 per share, which amounts to 350% on the face value of the share. Similarly, I will like to mention, as you all know, that we are likely to go for a QIP of 1250 CR. But mainly we will like to engage with large FII, FPIs and mutual funds for the issue. On the outlook side, I will say it is very bright. After a negligible or nil energy growth over almost continuously for last 8 years, the energy demand is back and is all-time high, and the demand growth is in double digit now. The present peak load demand in the grid is no less than 240 gigawatt and is expected to be 400 gigawatt by 2030, thereby implying that as per the per capita consumption of power in India is growing phenomenally which is at present 1250 units per capita, is likely to be 1750 units by 2030. So we are catching up with the rest of the countries in the world. To meet this demand, obviously the power plant capacity has to be enhanced both in conventional energy by 80 gigawatt as approved by government, and also the energy transformation as happening of achieving a renewable power penetration of 500 gigawatt to the existing to our grid by 2030 is also on track. All this means that the sector is now transforming hugely, and it will necessitate deploying high-end solutions, high-end in scale and complexity, namely supercritical power plants, 765 kV, AIS, GIS transmission solutions, STATCOM solutions, VSC, HVDC solutions, backed by BESS or pumping storage solution facilities or gas-based facilities, where your company has a larger presence than any other entity in the marketplace, I will say. So I can call that that this means or implies a paradigm shift in the positioning of the company in this space. As you all know that your company is presently present in all the areas of the power sector, we can call 360-degree presence in all value chain of the power sector. Namely, we are part of the transmission solutions, high-end transmission solutions. We are part of the AQI solutions, namely FGD, air quality implementation solutions. We are present in the digitization of the distribution networks as well as smart metering deployment under RDSS scheme of the Government of India. We are also present in the hyperscale as well as in the edge data centers in the country going forward. So all these means use business, all these verticals are full of potentiality, and it is for the company now to take a larger lead and harness the opportunities. All these verticals are full of opportunities. Coming back to renewable power, I will say that CA has already given a report on transmission that to penetrate 500 gigawatt by 2030, a capex of almost about 2.4 trillion rupees will be required, and which means almost an addition of more than 4 lakh MVA transforming capacity and about 51,000 circuit kilometer of lines. And simultaneously with these investments, the inter-regional transfer power capacity will also get enhanced under ISTS mode to no less than 100 gigawatt by 2030. Thus, Power Grid sees a large addressable market, and our estimate is they have already announced a capex of 1.71 lakh crore up to 2030 and almost about 2.5 lakh crore by 2032. And we expect and they have announced the revival of capex to 20,000 for the current year and 25,000 for the next year. So next 2 years, this is the target of Power Grid. This makes us optimistic pickup in Power Grid's capex, asset capitalization, which again means a sizable opportunity for Techno. I am happy to share with you that even today, just an hour back, we are placed L1 in a transmission concession at Ladakh for Nilgarh project, value about 170 crore. So all this means even in conventional thermal power plants where your company has been played a significant role in setting up no less than half the conventional power capacity in the country over the last 4 decades. This also means an opportunity to us as a balance of plant or switchyards in the country. On the distribution side, under RDSS scheme, a lot is happening now. Apart from smart metering, a lot of digitization and of the networks is happening. We are already doing a digitization of the distribution network of DVC in their command area in Jharkhand and West Bengal. So these distribution networks in the coming days are going to become more smarter and intelligent, and obviously they can be remotely controlled, and consumer will stand served like a telecom. Apart from these, we will definitely need some sportive areas which will come in the future, like battery storage solutions or pumping storage solutions, and also I will say deployment of STATCOMs and HVDC solutions, and your company is qualified and competent to provide all these solutions in this space, because we have the presence in the power space only. The FGD segment is also, we see the momentum is back. We are finding a lot of traction from the SCBs now to set up FGD plants in their ongoing thermal power plants. Still almost about 125 gigawatt is yet to be fitted with FGD, which mainly comprise of leftover works of CPSUs, but mainly of SCBs and private sector. And the total capex involved is no less than 1 lakh crore in this area. The TBC transmission segment, again, the TBCB bidding is happening strongly, and almost about 40,000 crore of bids are already in the bidding process, and we are supporting different bidders on the station side. We have already won transmission assets, transmission station work of 4,300 CR in the last year, and we are also won 2 TBCB orders as mentioned earlier with a revenue entitlement of 2,800 CR. Similarly, in metering segment, we are already doing 3 million meters for an order value of 3,500 crore in the states of J&K, Tripura, Jharkhand, and MP at Indore city. And we are also now L1 in Punjab to do again a high-end metering work of the feeders, which is only about 1.86 lakhs for almost a order value of 666 crores. So similarly, on data center side, I will say that we have recently won a concession from RailTel, where we'll be setting up 100 plus edge data centers on the very prominent all railway stations of the Indian Railways under digitization plan of the railway in partnership with RailTel. We anticipate this to be a very huge opportunity as to begin with as a value accretive and later on as a business. Similarly, in data center also we will say that a lot of scope is growing with every passing day, and we expect that almost the capacity of data center will be about no less than 1.5 gigawatt by 2025, and this is likely to be about 5 gigawatt by 2030, I will say. So which is a huge business potential. Again, we have been allotted land after in Kolkata to set up a data center next to the various data centers being set up by STT and Reliance, as well as Adani Connect, I would say. The market size in this, in terms of revenue, is likely to be no less than $5 billion by 2030, year on year. The growth drivers of data centers, you all know, is basically out of the cloud services, which have become a way of life in efficiency and cost economy. Also, the policy of government on DPDP, data privatization, data localization, and so much of digitization, phenomenal digitization, which has happened in the country over last 4 years post-COVID. We are next to no other country in the world now in this space, whether they are DBT or payment vehicles or e-commerce or IoT or OTT or ISP services. Almost 800 million people are on ISP now, even in the rural areas. So all this means a lot, and additionally this sector is also now usually charged by AI, artificial intelligence, which means again I see going forward gigawatt scale data, digital data centers happening in the country, just like transmission stations. Probably 10 years back, none could have visualized substations with a capacity of 10 gigawatt to 25 gigawatt each, which is becoming an order of the day now. So all this means use opportunities for your company. I will say that our data center is likely to be ready by September 25 in Chennai, and we see a lot of interest in this, and we have spent by now about 300 CR in this facility, I will say. Another good thing which have happened, that whatever assets we had created over the last 15 years now stands monetized successfully in last 4 to 5 years, and we possess no asset on hand today other than the data center under construction. Our all assets in renewable power, transmission assets under PPP model or under TBC mode all stands monetized. This has resulted in a strong balance sheet, very strong balance sheet with a cash surplus of 1,500 CR in the books of the company, and is available for next phase of growth and deployment for all these opportunities. Again, I will like to repeat that during the last year I had mentioned that morning has become, and this is only the first shine of the sun, which will keep brightening with every passing year. We are confident to achieve a revenue of 2,500 CR for the current year, and another similar growth to 3,500 CR for the next year or more. The EPS will be 35 for the current year and 50 plus for the next year, ending with March 2026. With this, I will now invite your participation, and anything you want to know more about us, you are welcome.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handset while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Madhu Kela from MK Ventures. Please go ahead.
Guptaji, good afternoon.
Because your presence is very exciting.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much. And first of all, congratulations from my side. More importantly, holding the company together in most difficult times. I think you are one of the few people I know.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. I request you to use the handset, please.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I said you are one of the few people I know in the power sector who have generated real positive cash flow in such a troubled time in the last 20, 30 years of the sector. So, image of our company, Guptaji, is generally that we are conservative. And my fear is not on the opportunity. My fear is more on the how well the company is prepared to capture this opportunity. And it will benefit a lot if you can, elaborate. You said that what we can achieve in the next 2 years. But if you can elaborate what the possibility and aspiration of the company is over the next 4, 5 years, I think that will serve a lot of purpose. According to me, this company has a potential to even do a 10,000 crore top line if we take a 5-year view. So would you concur with that? And are we even aspiring to achieve something like that?
Sir, your question is very inspirational and soul-searching, I will say. Definitely in my lifetime I have been conservative, and I trust this has rewarded the company. And now the time is of growth. Keeping behind any of the challenges on, I will say, the geopolitics or of the very impact in the country, I fully agree with you that Techno can do 10,000 CR by 2030 without any doubts, and it is doubling year on year. This year it is almost double of last year, and next year again it will be no less than 70-80% of this year, and the growth will go on like this. I am very sure, sir, that we will be able to meet the expectation of the investor community, but we have to evolve.
Hello?
We have to evolve. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Company has to evolve and transform itself, which we are doing it. We have set up a office in Delhi, and we are now doubling, or rather, I will say tripling the size of the office in Delhi, sir. It is a part of our own complex, where Tata Bata are also our tenants in Gurgaon. We have taken a full floor of 6th floor of the building. It is under furnishing. Lot of people are under recruitment on the IT side, data center side, as well as on the transmission, smart metering. We are very focused on IT layered now power solutions, and we believe that is the future of power. And it is more rewarding than pure commodity solutions in power sector. So I can assure you that we will rise to achieve 10,000 by, if not 28, at least by 2030, sir.
Guptaji, I have a few more questions. If you don't mind, I can carry on. One is that, we already have 1,500 crore rupees of cash. You said that we will raise 1,250 crore rupees by way of QIP. That makes it 2,750 crores. Plus the profit of over the next 3 years, plus the monetization of the data center, which you had already alluded to. So this will be a lot of cash, roughly 5,000 crores or more, based on my, 360-degree calculation. So if you can elaborate as to where are we planning to use this cash, and knowing you, I'm sure you have never been in a capital intensive mode. So whenever we use this cash, how this cash will come back, and what kind of threshold IRR we are looking at while we are investing this cash?
Sir, you want to know my business secret.
No, Guptaji, that is important, for a shareholder like us. We only get this chance once in a quarter.
Thank you, sir. Sir, what we see in the market of investments, that generally an investor always looks for phenomenal returns in India while deploying funds when project is in a build-up construction stage, deployment stage. They don't trust our type of firms to do jobs in time, quality jobs in time. create sustainable value accretive assets. So all these challenges makes them